Welcome to my $100,000 stock experiment, Sell Rules, week number 51, ending March 29th, 2019. I'm sharing my stock journey as I practice and develop my sell rules. This isn't an endorsement to purchase any stocks that I bought, nor is it an endorsement to purchase stocks in general. I'm just letting you follow along on my journey. My basic premise is that I started April 13th, 2018 with $100,000 to invest. My goal was to double my money in 1 year. I'm focusing on practicing and developing my sell rules, and I'm trading in my Roth IRA, so I have free trades and no tax implications. So I'm calling this week 51, but I just realized that I started on a Friday and I counted that as week 1 when it really wasn't a week. So since I started on April 13th, I'll be ending in 2 weeks on April 12th. I use stop limits to set a floor to minimize my losses. And initially, I set it at 8% below the purchase price, and then each week I reevaluate it and I can move the floor up, but I don't move it down. And common areas where I'm setting the floor are my 13-day simple moving average, the 28-day exponential moving average, and the 50-day simple moving average. I like the stocks I own to be gaining a minimum of 0.5% a week. I use the Investors Business Daily to keep me apprised of the trend that the market is in. So you can find that at investors.com. And then once you log in under the market trends section, you'll see the big picture. And in that, you'll see the market pulse. So right now, the market is an uptrend under pressure, which means you should really be keeping an eye on your stocks that you hold. And you should also be careful in your buying decisions. It's not an absolute don't buy, but you should really watch it. I use this as a guide, the current outlook. With the uptrend under pressure, I'm not real eager to go out and buy, but I'm still looking at my stocks that I've sold and my stocks that I'm holding, and also the trend of the S&P 500 to determine if I want to be buying or not. Several weeks ago, I identified the point of resistance of 28.17 on the S&P 500, and last week the stock market had been below that, but now it's popped back up and it closed Friday above that point. The next area I want to see it go over is 28.62 and then 29.12. But since it's above 28.17 and it had a nice last Thursday and Friday were nice closing days, I'm thinking about evaluating some stocks to buy. And the volatility index, which I like to see below 16, is again below 16. My sell rules did kick me out of 7 stocks this week, so quite a big sell-off for a big loss. But in the end, you'll see that it really did not impact my bottom line too much. Here's the stocks that I've sold. Their bar chart. Each bar is 1 week, so you can see these stocks I held between 2 and 3 weeks. All of them were for a loss. QTNA, I had held this for 6 days and I lost 8% for $831. Number 1 is showing the day I sold. It's important to note that when I purchased this stock, it was not at a proper buy point. It was what's called extended. It was above the buy zone, and I purchased it anyway. If I would have purchased in this blue box at number 2, which is between $19.24 and $20.20, then I would not have gotten stopped out at 8%. And turns out this company did get acquired, and you can see way up in the top right-hand corner that this stock had a big gap up. So I missed out on that gain because I bought when it was extended. ACB, I held this stock for 4 days and lost the 8%. Tandem, I also lost 8% on this stock in 10 days. Google, this is one that I probably should have put my stop down at the 50-day moving average, but I had it up at the 28-day exponential moving average, and I got stopped out with a 5% loss. I held this stock for 4 days. WWE, I lost 3% in 9 days. Netflix, I lost 2.6% in 11 days. This stop was at the 50-day simple moving average, but I did get stopped out. And Fortinet, I held this for 11 days and I lost 1%. I'm currently holding 4 stocks. ADP I've held for 7 weeks, and the other 3 stocks I've held for 3 weeks. All of them are positive now. I've rated these stocks from what I think the weakest to the strongest. The black arrow is showing the acceleration, how quickly the stock is going up, and those down arrows are just showing you that their number 1, 2, and 3 did have the stock up, and then it dropped, and now it's bounced back. Bold, I've held this stock for 11 days and it's up 2.5%. And my floor is at the 8% because the 28 days exponential moving average is below that point. Notice that my floor is at 35.01 and the stock did have a low on 327, 2 cents above that. So I almost got stopped out of this one, but I did not, and it recovered. So I'm glad that I still have it. Keys, I've held this for 13 days and it's up 2%. And I left the floor at last week's 28-day exponential moving average because this stock has been going sideways for a few weeks, and I thought that was a good point to leave my floor. ADP, I've held this stock the longest, 34 days, and it's up 7.6%. I did move my floor up to the 28-day exponential moving average. CyberArk, I've held this for 13 days and it's up 7%, and I've moved my floor up to the 28-day exponential moving average. My cash balance at the end of week 51 is $78,500. This chart shows the dollar gain for each of the stocks I own at the end of each week that I've held it. I sort these with the losers on top, thinking if I take care of the losers that the winners will take care of themselves. So I don't have any negatives this week, but Keys is my smallest gain at $220, which is basically 2%. And ADP has a gain of 761. This is the percentage change by week. Again, I start with the losers on the top. So I had a pretty good week. Keys was up almost 3%. And Bold was up almost 6%. I sold off 7 stocks. The holdings from last week is on the bottom right-hand corner, and the industry breakdown is showing now I have 4 stocks in 4 different industries. This is my weekly tracker for my current holdings. The bottom is showing the data for the week ending 3/29. So I have 4 stocks, and they're all winners, with my largest gain 761 and my average gain 477. But I did sell off 7 stocks this week, and my largest loss was $831. So I'm doing a good job of keeping my loss right around 8%, but I did have a total loss this week of $3,543. Since so many of my stocks triggered a sell rule and I sold off 7 stocks this week, I was a little leery to jump back in. All of the stocks that sold I had held between 1 and 2 weeks. So I decided to create a watch list. I picked several stocks that the 8-day simple moving average was crossing the 13-day simple moving average, and then I put in the purchase price at the time I looked at the stocks. I didn't actually buy these stocks. I'm just doing a watch list to see how well I'm picking stocks. And you can see that I have a loss between 1.4% and a gain all the way up to 7.35%. 2 days, this portfolio would have gained 1.55%. So I'm not recommending these stocks. I'm just saying make a watch list yourself and see how the stocks are performing. If you're a little leery to get back in the market, then once you start seeing stocks making some progress, then you should get back in. While I did sell off 7 stocks this week for a loss of $3,500, part of that was already built into the previous week. Plus the 4 stocks that I still hold, I did make some gains this week. So my portfolio actually went up about $130. So at the end of week 51, I have a gain of 20% versus a 6.7% gain for the S&P for the same time period. My year-long experiment is almost over, just 2 more weeks to go. Do you think I should continue? Should I go for 100 weeks or until I hit my 200K goal? Or should I start focusing on my buy rules? Or practice add-on buys? Or should I just stop sharing my journey? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for my next episode, or better yet, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell if you want an alert when I post a new episode.